Weiter.
Okay, so let me first apologize that I'm not going to say this in Russian. So I apologize. About 27 and a half years ago, our daughter was twinned with Julia, so that Julia, don't cry, so that she could be bat mitzvahed, and it was an emotional thing for our family, but we didn't know them. We wrote letters. We had our family write hundreds of letters. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. Hundreds of letters to try to get them out of Russia. And when they finally arrived, and we found out, we flew up to Boston. And I will never forget us taking them to the first restaurant that they had ever eaten in the United States. And we went to a restaurant, and I don't remember the name of it, but I know it was up here.
It was in Worcester.
It was in Worcester. Yeah, in Worcester. And to me, that's still up here. And we had the four of them, and my wife and I, and we ordered 6 different dishes. And I don't know if you remember this, but we each took one bite, and we passed the plate around, so that they could try 6 different American dishes. And then we ordered 6 different desserts. But I, as a native-born American, just took too much for granted as to what this family and a lot of you had to do to get here. Freedom for us was something that I was born with, that's what I was used to. And at that meal, I will never forget, and I'm not trying to embarrass you, but it really affected me. Before we had really our first bite, Gehrman looked under the table. And that was to signify whether we were being taped or not. And I didn't really understand what was happening at the time. I realized later what was happening. The Genfen family have taken us in, and we have taken them in as parts of our family, and we have truly enjoyed all the aspects of them being part of our family, and being invited to the different events that they've had. I will never forget me being late for Mark. Huh? Right. Well, I will never forget me arriving late for Mark and Lilia's wedding. The plane that I was on was 3.5 hours late, but my family came from Miami separately. They got to enjoy the wedding. I got there when it was after dessert, if I recall. And I remember that you saved the whole meal for me. I will never forget that either. And I remember my wife telling me how beautiful the wedding was, and that it was translated in English so that we would understand what was going on. And that meant so much to my wife. I mean, she just never stopped talking about that event and how beautiful that wedding was. And then I didn't get to go to Julia's. But we did send Jody and Brian. We did have family members there. We had a conflict with another family occasion, and so we flipped a coin. Who was going to go here and who was going to go there? We love the Genfens. Of course, Sophia's bat mitzvah, we love that too. And when I walked in, I didn't recognize her. She's grown so much. I want the Genfins to know what we've gotten them as a little gift. And it hasn't arrived yet. But it's a flag that's being flown over the Capitol in your honor. And in honor of your wedding anniversary and of your 25 years.
Wow.
It'll be great. It'll be delicious.